Today, we're going to be doing a quick and easy summer ready makeup look using mostly affordable and drugstore products. I am a drugstore girly to the end. I love affordable makeup, not just because it's budget friendly, but also it just performs better. I feel like there's drugstore products that have better formulas than higher end products. And for the sake of this video, we're talking about affordable products. So everything I show you is going to be based on that. But I do love some high-end products too. So but for the sake of this video, we want to stay on topic and get into this look. So as a primer, I love to use the e.l.f. Stay Cool primer stick. This just hydrates and soothes my skin so much. It's a stick-based primer, so usually like how you would get like your liquid primer from e.l.f. they also have a stick version. I like the stick version because it has a cooling effect to it, and I find that if you have sensitive skin or if you just want something that will help depuff under your eyes, then this works wonders and also hydrates the skin very well, and it doesn't leave like this ashy or film over your skin. It's really nice, and it's one of my go-tos. Now next, I'm going to go in with my Super Goop Dew Screen SPF. Now the one thing that I learned is we're on our devices a lot, and that is a lot of blue light, so it's very imperative that you have some type of sunscreen on even when you're at home. We need it just as much as we would if we're outside. So that's something that I learned, and the more the better, the more the protection your skin will have against the blue lights and also fluorescent lighting. The one thing that I love about this sunscreen is that it leaves my skin very hydrated. It doesn't leave like a white ashy cast. It's very hydrating. It's thin and it leaves my skin looking very glowy and radiant, and I love a sunscreen that protects and also has my skin looking healthy and glowy at the same time. Now we want our makeup to last all day, so I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Yummy Universal Radiant Skin Balm. And I'm a newbie to this. As you guys can see, I hardly even used it, but I love this so much, so I can only imagine once I really get into using this. This is really good for if you have oily skin or you want to make sure you matte out certain areas that get really oily or sweaty. This takes care of that really well. And what I love about this is that it's not like drying. It's very soothing. It's very hydrating, and as you see, it blurs out any pores that I may have. I love to use this right under my eyes because I crease a lot, girl, under my eyes, and that is like the worst feeling ever to like think your makeup is looking so good and then you're like, oh my god, but the creasing won't stop. So anywhere where you would have a lot of creasing is where you're going to want to apply this. And also if you have any large pores like around in here, I always have it in here, so I always apply it in here to blur that out. But girl, this is my favorite. Danessa Myricks products are like are the goat, okay? Every girl needs to have a Danessa Myricks in her makeup lineup because this just makes your skin, one, last all day, but it also just makes your skin and your makeup turn out beautifully every single time. Now for this look, I love to go in with a foundation and also a skin tint. If you want your makeup to look glowy and radiant and healthy, but also with full coverage, it's good to go in with some type of foundation and also followed up with a skin tint. The Kylie skin tint is one of my favorites. You guys, it's amazing. It's one of the best. Like, I can't rave about it enough. I know some people don't really like Kylie Cosmetics because I guess people aren't really talking about her products, but I'm here to tell you, I've tested it, I tried it, and it is amazing, and I will rep this every single time. I use this like all the time. I'm almost done with this. I had to go and purchase another one, but this is one of my go-tos. I go through this like crazy. This is her skin tint foundation in the shade 7W, and this is the new NYX Make 'em Wonder foundation. So I like to mix the two And I'm just going to show you, this is why this exact combo is my favorite. So I start off with a little bit of this. And I take a little bit of my NYX foundation, and this is in the shade 24 Golden. And I just put a dot of it right above where I apply my skin tint. And this is it. This is the Kylie Cosmetic Skin Tint. One of my favorites. If you guys go into your local Ulta, it is most likely sold out because it's that good. So I'm going to take my foundation brush. And one thing I always have done is I've taken some type of setting spray, whether it's this one or your Charlotte Tilbury, and this is going to make your foundation last long. Like, I mean, for a long time, like 10 times as long as it usually would stay. This is just going to set it in and make it last longer. So I'm taking my L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist, and I'm just going to set my brush, and I'm going to blend all this in. And this is going to make your foundation last longer, and it's just going to make everything come together perfectly. And as you guys can see, the reason why I mix my foundation with my skin tint is because it gives me such a full coverage look. Like, look at that. That's literally full coverage, but with the finish of a skin tint, and that's what I want to go for. I don't want the heaviness of a regular foundation. I still want a very light application and look. So that's my combo, and that's what I do. I just blend all this in. Now I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is going to be my color corrector for my dark circles under my eyes. This is in the shade Peach Corrector, and this is one of my go-tos. It's light but full coverage at the same time. I don't like anything that's like too heavy. As you guys can see, I like something that is going to blend into my skin flawlessly, but not like heavy. I don't want it to be like cakey. So I'm just going to take a little and apply it in the corners of my eye, anywhere I have any type of spots or dark spots. Also in here, I tend to have a lot of like shadowing in here for some reason. So I just apply my color corrector anywhere that has basically like dark shadowing or even like dark spots or hyperpigmentation. Now while I'm letting that sit a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my concealer for today. This is the WYN Beauty by Serena Williams. I don't know if they even still sell this at Ulta, I'm not sure, but I love her products, honestly, if they're still around. This is in the shade Act 255. This is like a semi-matte finish, but you guys, I'm not really into matte concealer, so, or like a matte look, so this is like a semi-matte, which is good because it gives me enough coverage without it looking like dry. I'm gonna take my concealer brush and just blot that in. You guys see, it's like a semi-matte full coverage concealer without it being like super like matte and dry. I can't stand that. So I'm just gonna first blend out these areas that I applied my concealer. And then I'm going to go into the areas where I apply my color corrector and just kind of blend that into the concealer. I'm gonna go in with my cream bronzer, and I do all my cream products together and then I move on to my dry products. So I'm gonna be using the Anastasia cream bronzer in the shade Terracotta. This is my favorite. Sometimes I just use this by itself when I'm doing like a no makeup look, and it works wonders, especially if you want to do like a natural look, natural contouring. Then this shade is really, really good. So I just apply it going upwards towards like my ear. And this is right on my cheekbone. Then I'll take it up a little bit. You always want to apply your bronzer or even your contour like towards your ear, because that is going to give you a natural lifted look, and that's what you want to go for. So I'm going to take a little more. I like to apply it on my chin just to get that full round look to my face. And I just apply a little on my forehead. Can literally never have enough bronzer. I am a bronzer girly. I love a good bronzer. I'm just gonna blend this in. Now, using the same concealer brush I used earlier, I'm going to pick up a little bit of this bronzer and use this as like a contour for my nose. Now I'm going to take Revolution's Banana Baking Powder, and this is for light tan skin tones. So if you have the same undertones as me, then this will work wonderfully. This is like a good setting baking powder for me. You don't need a lot of this, very little, especially if you don't want to do like a full coverage look, then you want to apply less is more for this. So let's take a little and apply it in the corners of my eye and right under my eye. And you can apply it anywhere you feel like you need to bake a little bit more, where you don't want like too much light shining in that area, or you tend to get really oily in certain areas. That's where you're going to take your baking powder and just kind of bake it into there. My brush and just kind of sweep off any extra that I may have, just so we have a very clean finish. Now I'm going to take my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear foundation powder, but I like to use this as a nice little brightener under my eyes in case I'm taking pictures or something and I need a little more brightness. I just take it right here in the corners of my eyes. And you can put a little in here in the T-bone area. Same thing that I did for the last one. I'm just gonna take this and kind of sweep it, put a little on my eyelids, any extra, so it's not looking oily or greasy. Now we want a little more of that bronzy goddess look, so I'm gonna go in with my Natasha Denona Cheek Duo palette, and I love this bronzer, you guys. I've literally like made a hole in this. That's how much I love this and use this. So I'm just gonna enhance the areas where I applied my cream bronzer, and look at that. It just brings it to life. It brings the makeup together. And that's why I love this quality product. Though this one isn't necessarily a drugstore product, you can find this in Ulta. And I believe she has her products in Sephora as well. So if you want to splurge a little bit more, then you want to kind of, you know, put your money in a really quality product, I definitely recommend this Natasha Denona palette. I'm just going to apply it anywhere I applied my cream bronzer. For this look, I am usually pretty light-handed, but I need to be a little bit more heavy-handed, just so you can really see that bronzy, fresh, like I've been tanning all day type of look. And I'm gonna just apply a little on my nose, just for that sun-kissed look, and a little on my chin. And sometimes if you smile, then you kind of know where to apply the bronzer a little bit better. I feel like this is looking very, very good. So I'm gonna take my highlight bronzer mix. I've had this for such a long time. I don't even know what the name of this is. I guess it's like a highlighter, but it's like the color of a bronzer. I'm gonna take a little on my nose and apply it in certain areas where the light would shine, or where I want to get a little bit more of a glow. So I think I'm gonna apply a little on my cheekbones as well, for that extra glowy look. Like, I love how gorgeous this is. This is sickening. It's so gorgeous. And this is just going to bring a little more glow to what I already have. A little on my chin, forehead. I want some glow on my forehead for sure. Not too much. I mean, I don't want to look like, you know, like the sun walking down the street. But I do want you to see that I am glowing. A little on my eyes. Now for some reason I always do my eyebrows last. I don't know girl, I don't know why. So I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray on a spoolie and just brush my eyebrows up, and this is going to make your eyebrows stay up for such a long time and just give that snatched look. And this is whether you have product on there or not. Oh, beautiful. Perfect. Perfect. Now for my lippy, I'm going to use this Huda Beauty Lip Contour Stain, and this is in the shade, let's see, Soft Nude. Now I know there's been a lot of complaints that the Huda lip stain stick does not really work. It like dries out in a couple of minutes. Yes, that has happened to me with this one, but it's really, really good. Like, honestly, I just take a little water and I kind of let the pen just kind of sit in there, and it brings it back to life. So if you're dealing with it drying out, you can do that and kind of just shake it a little bit, and it works just as well as it did when it was new. I'm going to take my brown lip liner, and this is by NYX. This is in the shade Espresso, and I'm lightly going to go over my lip. You don't want to do anything too crazy for this. I'm gonna take my Maybelline. This is the Super Stay Teddy Tint, and this is in the shade 90 Robin Tide. So good, so good. This is like my pinky neutral for my lip. Like, this matches my natural lip shade so perfectly. Oh, look at that. And it's like, it's not like a dry matte. Very nice. Very velvety, very hydrating, but it looks like a matte lip, and I love that. Now I put mascara on my natural lashes, and for the lip we're gonna do the Huda Faux Filter Jelly Oil, and this is in the shade Juicy Peach. This is my favorite. This just makes the lips look so good, and it smells just like peaches. We are done, and this is it for today's makeup look. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.